For the past few days, MSNBC, CNN, and Fox News have had breaking news banners regarding the tragic attack in London. This happens every time there may be possible links to Islamic fundamentalism. The media goes nuts. Who you probably haven't heard about, or heard very little about, is 28-year-old James Harris Jackson, an Army veteran and Maryland native who drove to New York City for the sole purpose of killing black people. Jackson stabbed 66-year-old Timothy Kaufman with a 26-inch sword, fatally wounding him. Police say that Jackson openly admitted to being a white supremacist and said all they need to know about why he committed this terrorist attack will be found on his computer. But one might not need to obtain Jackson's computer to see what motivated him. A YouTube channel under Jackson's name has subscriptions to white supremacist Ramsey, a narco-nationalist Stefan Molyneux, and conspiracy theorist Alex Jones. The common thread between all of these channels is the perception of victimhood of the white majority, and videos which narrowly only focus on black-on-white crime, even though 84% of white people are killed by other white people.
We all have been conditioned as Republicans or as libertarians or as white people to be, oh my gosh, we're loving, we're not racist, yes, please, do whatever, I'm sorry, I'm white. Beat ourselves with whips on the head, and then meanwhile the Democrats have just recreated the Ku Klux Klan movement, but they've done it with minorities.
Generally, only white racism is ever talked about, which historically is not exactly accurate.
That's where I want to go next.
Racism, you can look at lots of other groups first.
Yeah, I want you to come back and give me the floor on Mandela and that, because I've studied history, and I know slavery was worldwide, but then in the history books we're taught slavery is a white invention and that whites inherently are the devil.
Violence works. And that's why I always hear these people say, well, violence never works. I'm like, what the fuck? Violence does work. I mean, it's about the only thing that does work. So because he took this action, everyone is trying to disassociate themselves from him, saying, oh, well, he doesn't represent us. He must be mentally ill.
There is freakish racism against whites now being promoted everywhere, but it looks like they're pushing it so hard and the left is so racist that at the end of the day, it's just going to become that, because if you're white, you won't be able to be in any area that has people that aren't white in it because you'll be killed. And I guess that's the goal. And I mean, just whoever's behind it, it sure is working.
So here are the blacks voting Democrat in presidential elections. You can see 1976, 83%, 83%, 84, 91%, all the way through. High 80s, low 90s, 2008 for Barack Obama.
Well, you guys write a bunch of essays on the internet, but you aren't fucking doing anything. I mean, our people are being killed and you're not fucking doing anything. Black Lives Matter, they're a terrorist organization. 20, 30 years in prison, that's what should happen to the Black Lives Matter people.